All right, Karina, this is it's one of my favorite topics. It's about influencers, and I'm not talking about the YouTube influencers. I'm talking about um, we have influencers that sometimes are for a moment. They say something, right time, right place, or for a lifetime. And when I speak a lot, I talk about my grandfather. He was from him, my grandmother, my mom, my aunt were from Kiev and emigrated to Canada years and years ago. And he used to take me for walks in the park in Montreal when I was five-ish. And I always noticed he talked to so many people. And obviously he gave me that gene, I think, but he talked to so many people. And one time I asked him, I called him Zeta. I said, "How do you know all these people?" And I remember pointing to somebody. He said, "See that fellow over there?" And one day I smiled at him, and he looked up and smiled at me, and he came over and started talking. And then someone saw us laughing and came over to us. And as a 5-year-old, I remember thinking, "Life's going to be easy. I just need to smile at people." And it's stuck in there. And obviously, as you get older, you think about it more, but sometimes you might even over expert it because even just a smile at the right point can be major influence to a person. And so we all have all types of different influences in our life. Can you share two or three that have been influential to you?
Yeah, sure. So I think the first one I would say probably my dad because he obviously always traveled when nobody could travel, part of his job. And I think that's where I have that whole kind of travel and confidence from because my mom's not like that. Because I'm literally when it comes to travel, I'm kind of fearless. Because like back in like 2005, people would go, Dubai? Are you sure? Is that safe? And I'd not even think about it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm
That's
getting on
better
the
than not
plane. Let
thinking
me
about
just
it.
do it. So I think that's number one. Then number two was the guy that I worked with at the Dorchester. And he was called Mr. Melamine. He was like an institution. He was the one who basically where I learned everything about like the golf. But not only that, he had a very interesting approach because it was not like, oh, let me just introduce you to everybody. No, no, no. He was very much like, let me see if she can do this. So like he would have days off, and this was in the time not everybody had a mobile phone, so he wasn't reachable. So when he wasn't there, and these people would call, like Sheikh so and so from this country, and they'd be like, yeah, because he knows what I want. And I always have the same suite, and I'm coming tomorrow. So can you like make it happen? And he would kind of test me this way to see, could I handle all these people? Could I take these phone calls? Would I make it happen?
And
And it,
probably to see what your reaction would be is can you
yeah,
handle it and see what you would
yeah.
say? Yeah.
Yeah, and it taught me so many problem-solving skills. And then, of course, when he would be back, I would ask him, okay, should I have done this different or this or that? And then, obviously, slowly, slowly, he started trusting me and telling me like some more stories, and I learned different things. And it would be so cool. And so he was a massive influence because he like I literally learned everything I needed to know from him. And also the fact how he was always so calm when everybody else would freak out and they'd be like, we haven't got enough sweets. We haven't got this what these people want. And he'd be like, it's fine. We'll make it happen. And I'd be like, I don't know how. And then I would learn all these tricks.
That's a great leader. A leader doesn't get frustrated, and people take their cue, whether it's a parent, a coach, a boss, or whatever, they take their cue from, all right, I guess we'll be okay. It's calm. Let's figure this
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have one more,
Hmm.
which was actually somebody from the Middle East, because quite a few years ago, he's no longer in post, so I can say that. Um, I used to look after, he used to be, at some point he was the foreign minister, then he was the defense minister in Qatar, a gentleman called Dr. Khalid Al Attiyah. And I used to look after him and his team for years and years, and he was the nicest person ever. And like this man had like billions that he managed. I mean, imagine as the defense minister. But interestingly, he actually had a law degree and he had a law practice. And he also used to be a pilot. So he had a lot of different skills. And the thing that I loved so much about him that he was so nice to everybody. It didn't matter who it was. Everybody was the same. He was so kind. His team was like like nobody I ever worked with before. Like they were so organized, like really incredible. And you could see what an amazing leader he was. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that.